Super Smash Bros. 4 introduced a variety of new characters, from the iconic Blue Bomber to the main star from Punch-Out, and even a guy who wields a lightsaber so big, it's called the Monado by the way, it gives George Lucas an erection.
But the most versatile of these newcomers are the Mii Fighters, customizable characters that can be suited to anyone's liking. If you know what I mean. Haha, porn.
And today we'll be pitting the 3 different types of Mii Fighters against each other to find out which one is truly the best.
The Mii Brawler, Master of the Fist.
The Mii Sword Fighter, Warrior of the Blade. That's really boring.
And my personal favorite, the Mii Gunner, the weapon specialist. Not the gunner of something, but just that.
Whatever. To make this fight fair for everyone, we'll only be using the standard movesets of each Mii, with each of them being at standard height and weight. Hopefully that's not too complex for you. That way, anyone has a chance of winning.
Rules aside, he's now his and I'm not Boomstick.
And so drop down slide weapons, armor, and skills to find who would win a not death battle. Well, that was really fast. To start off, we have the Mii Brawler. No origin stories because they're literally fucking Mii's.
Boring.
Yes.
But the truth was, the Mii Brawler was a man named Ted. Ted was a man whose father died, because all fathers die. And his mother died too, because he was also part of Disney. After that happened, Mickey Mouse kicked him in the balls, so the Mii Brawler decided his best choice was to learn how to punch people. He learnt from such legends as Little Mac, Rambo, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and John C. Wait a minute. Little Mac's the only one of these actually.
Shut up, you have no relevance!
I'm trying to think of an origin story here. Go away.
No! Get out of my video!
In the end, the Mii Brawler's ultimate goal was to punch Mickey Mouse in the dick. Unfortunately, Mickey Mouse is Disney and he is Nintendo, so it didn't happen. Bye.
Anyways, the Brawler heavily focuses on hand-to-hand combat and has a mastery of nearly any fighting style imaginable.
His moveset includes the use of punching and kicking. He can go from a barrage of multiple kicks to launching foes away with a powerful smash attack. He has the moves to adapt to any situation, either for killing or just racking up damage.
Got to hand it to this guy. He has the balls to fight barehanded against Italian plumbers, Peter Pan ripoffs, yellow rat bitches, and so forth.
To fight all those guys with a weapon, either he is the most bravest or fucking stupidest person I've ever seen.
Sure. Anyways, the Mii Brawler has a couple of tricks up his sleeve, known as special moves.
He is able to throw out a shot put, somehow, that he hurls up into the air before it comes back crashing down, dealing a good amount of damage and knocking the opponent away.
With Onslaught, he dashes forward quickly to attack the enemy. If it connects, he kicks them multiple times and launches them away with an uppercut. If the attack misses, he's left wide open for an attack.
With the soaring axe kick, he propels himself upwards with a kick before coming back down hard with the other leg outstretched. It makes for a good recovery move and can even launch fighters straight down with a second hit. Just watch out if you're using the move not facing the ledge. Ha ha, retard.
Finally, with his heads on assault, the Brawler jumps into the air before landing down, head first.
How does he not die from that?
Game logic.
Sure, whatever you say.
Moving forward, this attack can bury people. Other than that, it has no other use and is overall pretty shitty.
And finally, with his final smash, oh my god, what? He does this. The move alone just proves that the WWE is fake and that everyone there is a bunch of pussies. Except for Brock Lesnar. He's the guy that took a bite out of Pluto and that's why it's no longer a planet. And also The Undertaker. The Undertaker is awesome. John Cena sucks.
And Hulk Hogan
is awesome.
Overall, the Mii Brawler is a balanced fighter who has the moves to deal with any situation. I would think twice before standing in front of his forward smash.
Why the hell would you do that in the first place against anyone?
Shut the fuck up.
The winner is
The origins of the Mii Sword Fighter date back to the ends of time. Or I guess the start. The Mii Sword Fighter was a god of sword fighting. But one day, he decided to fuck Wonder Woman. So Zeus was like, yo, fuck that bitch, and made him a regular person. So now he goes around, his only goal, to stab Link in the kidneys, because he's a giant douchebag. Leonard Nimoy out.
I'm glad we hired that guy.
Yeah. Anyway, next up,
We have the sword... Me sword fighter.
as his name implies, he uses a fucking sword. I'm scared.
Anyone could guess
Shut
that.
up!
Ugh. Anyways, the sword fighter uses his sword, obviously, for a number of different attacks.
Obviously.
Yep. He can deliver a quick series of slashes to gain some damage or swing down hard in order to KO his opponent.
That sword doesn't really look sharp.
How would you know?
Well, the guy at the blacksmith one gave me a sword to mess around with. I tried swinging it at a tree once, but the sword broke as soon as I hit it. Went back to him and said, "Fuck this shit," and then capped his ass with my trusty old shotgun.
Why did you need a sword when you already had a gun?
Well, I tried using it to hit on that girl that was with the old faggot, but he just kept kicking my ass.
Did you shoot him?
No, I just accidentally missed and hit the fucking tree with a gun.
Is this story legit?
Back to the analysis! Hey, Link! Huh? Die.
Whatever? Anyways, the sword fighter hosts a variety of special moves. With Gale Strike, he unleashes a tornado that... Wind, motherfucker! Do you speak it?
He-Man.
Pushes back the opponent at long range and damages them at close range. Also launches them up, because tornado.
Are we going to ignore what just happened?
Yep.
With Airborne Assault, he charges up before performing a somersault a fair distance away. It makes for an excellent horizontal recovery move, and can send enemies back if the attack connects with them.
With Stone Scabbard back in the stone or wherever its name was, I don't know, regional differences, he slices upwards before coming back down with the sword. It comes out pretty fast and it's also a pretty decent recovery option. Just don't face away from the edge while doing it.
And with Blade Counter, he enters a combative stance and when hit with any attack, strikes back at the foe with double the power the original had. Unless of course it's ranged, in which they're out of range.
It does nothing.
Exactly.
And basically, it's the same move that half the roster shares.
And with his final smash, conveniently named Final Edge, he unleashes an inhuman amount of blade beams that damage the opponent and send them straight to the edge of the stage, sending them to an early grave.
All in all, the sword fighter is a master with the sword, and if you don't watch out, you'll get cut.
Just never make another joke again.
Bite me.
No.
Yes.
The winner is me.
The Mii Gunner is a girl, or a boy, I don't know, I didn't look at the animation. The Mii Gunner has a gun. Of course it was...
Leonard Nimoy is actually a match in-game.
Fuck your face. Fuck it hard.
Okay.
The Mii Gunner had a regular handgun. However, as we all know, regular handguns suck in fiction. Because in real life, if you get shot with a handgun, well, I mean, if you get shot in the head, you're probably dead. But anyway, the Mii Gunner thought it wasn't good enough. So instead, she decided to rip off Mega Man and Samus and about 80 billion other characters, including fucking Metal Sonic and Mecha Sonic, seriously, and decided to get a gun arm. There is nothing else to her personality. Her goals in life include shooting Samus, shooting Mega Man, and shooting Sonic because that dickhead fucked her in Sonic for Hire. Or maybe he didn't, I don't know. He fucks everyone in that series.
I am Leonard Nimoy. Bitches.
Finally, we have arrived to the Mii Gunner.
The only one that counts!
The Gunner uses an arm cannon, which she totally didn't rip off from Samus, to unleash a fuckload of ranged attacks. Ranging from explosives, lasers, energy weapons, more lasers, bombs, and basically more fucking lasers. However, if the time comes, the Gunner can defend herself with the arm cannon and numerous round of different moves whenever a foe comes up close.
I wish I had an arm cannon that could fire anything. Wait a minute. Shotgun blasts? Grenades? Beer? Dicks? No, Riz! Boom me one now!
Remember the last time I built something for you? You took that experimental hovercraft of mine and crashed it into a fucking zoo full of monkeys.
It's not my fault the keys were swords!
What does that even mean?
Who uses keyblades as a legit way to start a car?
For the last fucking time, they weren't keyblades. It was a normal shitty key.
Why are we yelling?
I don't know.
How about we stop yelling?
Oh, good idea.
Okay!
Yeah.
Penis!
Moving onwards, yes. The gunner has a variety of gadgets to use against the enemy. With Charge Blast, the gunner charges up a ball of green energy, and once fully charged, can unleash it, damaging and knocking away the poor sucker she aimed at. Basically a poor man's Samus.
It might be a carbon copy of Samus' neutral special, but this one is green, so that makes it much better. Somehow. Anyways, with Flame Pillar, the gunner fires off a projectile which bursts into flames, once it either hits the ground or an opponent. It also makes for a good surprise attack, and the flames linger around a bit before disappearing. It is overall a pretty solid attack.
Metal Gear
9!
Oh well. With Lunar Launch, the gunner fires a burst of fire which propels her into the air. The projectile can hurt people underneath her and pretty much makes for another fairly decent recovery move.
And finally, with the Echo Reflector,
Wow, great name.
Fuck off! She can reflect projectiles back to center, and also makes for a pretty good attack, I guess.
It's basically Fox's Reflector, but pink. Not going to bother argue why it's a copy of the same move, but whatever.
For a final smash, Full Blast! She fires out a humongous laser that can be tilted up or down. There are also these two devices next to her that fire two separate beams, but it seems to do nothing apparently for some reason.
It's okay. Basically, it's Samus's final smash, but...
What are you talking about? These moves are obviously better because of a minor color difference.
Not going to bother.
Suck it, bitch!
To wrap it up, the gunner has an impressive arsenal of weapons to keep the enemies at bay. Watch out before you get shot! Okay, I'm out.
Go like a dick. Yes!
The winner is me.
Alright, the weapons are ready and the combatants are obviously set. It's time to end this pointless debate once and for all. For this match, it'll be set on Final Destination, not the crappy movie, with a 3-minute time limit with each fighter having 2 lives. Without further ado,
Final Destination was awesome. It's time for a not death battle! Ooh, yeah!
Looks like we got a stellar match for us tonight, folks. We got 3 faceless me fighters fighting. Great. Yep. Well, enjoy the music. Well, looks like the fight is really picking up now. It seems evenly matched, but we'll have to see as the match goes on. Not looking good for the sword fighter right now. The sword fighter's nearly dead, and the meat brawler gets him with the forward smash. Looks like he's on a losing streak right now. And the shield pressure was real with that one. And the sword fighter gets the counter. He's trying to even the odds, but the gunner and brawler at the moment seem to be evenly matched. We'll have to see how this goes, even though I said it before. Oh, these pesky Mii fighters. The brawler goes in for the kill, oh, and gets kicked. That was not even work. And just like that, the brawler dies. Looks like the gunner's in the lead for now. Ugh. Why am I even commentating over this? Oh, and the brawler dies as well. Not brawler, the gunner. Oh, I need to work on my English. And looks like the sword fighter is dead. I would care, but he's a faceless Mii fighter. Oh well. Yes, everyone, because shot puts can beat energy balls for some reason. And looks like the Smash Balls appeared. The gunner probably needs it more than ever. So, who will win this fight now? Well, never mind, listen to Gunner.
The winner is me.
Now we should mention, we had a number of randomized matches, and for 60 or 70% of them,
The Brawler came out with the most wins. More than the Gunners and Sword Fighters wins combined.
we'll touch on that later by the way. But, for the most part, here's why. While the Gunner and Sword Fighter were both masters with their respective weapons, it just couldn't compete with the Brawler's raw skill alone.
The Sword Fighter was out first, because it just couldn't adapt and learn to both the Brawler's skill and the Gunner's versatility.
Not to mention, most of his attacks were very sluggish and came out at a slower pace compared to the other two.
Also, fuck tier list, MMA, which means the Brawler and Gunner would be able to overwhelm the Sword Fighter at some point, meaning his chances of winning were low from the get-go.
Now, with the Brawler and Gunner left, there could only be one winner, obviously.
While the Gunner boasts an impressive range, she wasn't as focused in close-range fighting, something that the Brawler is marginally better at.
And when comparing attacks, the comparison becomes noticeably clear. The Brawler's moveset is designed to rush in and dish out as much damage as possible. The Gunner's moveset, likewise, is designed to keep back the opponent as much as possible.
And eventually, the Mii Brawler would be able to get in and completely dominate the match as the Gunner. It just doesn't have the moves to counter the Brawler's close-up and personal moveset.
The Gunner could have brought it back with the final smash, but one, the Brawler was able to get it first due to the numerous advantages, and two, the Brawler's just looks cooler. The Gunner's is just a rip-off of Samus's, and even then, the original final smash is still the best.
However, we can all agree the winner could be random, and that anything could have happened.
But then, why did we just spend the last couple of minutes saying that the Brawler wins and you just suddenly change your mind?
Because reasons, not whiz. Deal with it.
That's some of the most shit logic I've ever heard since the time I helped out that scientist with love spray.
Oh, for fuck's sakes! I only used it to hit on that elf girl. Again, am I not allowed to have freedom of speech?
I knew it! You were the one who stole the damn thing!
I was using it for...
And why do you have an obsession with Zeldas anyway?
You mean Link?
Wait, what?
What does this argument have to do with the results of the fight?
I have no idea!
How about we just stop and finish the video?
I agree!
Whatever way you see it, looks like the Gunners and Sword Fighter chances of winnings were smashed, bro. And also, of course the elf girl is Link. It's called Legend of Zelda. So obviously Zelda isn't gonna be the... I'm confused now.
Now, we would usually end at the pun part, but we need to just be honest for a while. We actually did a few extra tests to make sure the Brawler would win, but as it actually turns out, in a one-stock match, keep in mind, one stock, the Sword Fighter actually can win, but with longer matches, the Mii Brawler wins, on average. This proves that the Sword Fighter is basically better in a straight-up quick fight, but if given enough time and going with the average of 3 stocks, then the Brawler can learn and strategize. This means that really the only thing we can say for certainly that the loser is the Mii Gunner. And the Mii Sword Fighter is technically sort of winner, but not really. Argue away, internet.
Fucking dick. Anyways, next time on Not Death Better Do.
Who's a pretty dinosaur?
Yeah, there's a good buddy. Who's a good dinosaur?
You are. Yes, you are.
Hey, devil, want a treat? That's it!
But suddenly, Claire goes to this giant door and says,
Unfunny computer comic relief, open up the door.
"You're insane! You're insane!"
Just do it!
Suddenly, the door starts to open up. There's nothing but darkness facing her. Holy shit, could it be? She stares into the black unknown while lighting up a flare. Holy fucking god! Is it? Is it? I'm a motherfucking